Raffle. Oh shit! I already went to this Raffle scene. Uh,
You're muted.
yes.
You're unmuted. Unmuted.
Go.
Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but we're heading into game 2 of today's Style Esports matchup between Top Shelf and Doombots of Doom. I am Tiger. I'm here with Proxyo, and game number 1 went pretty heavily in favor of Top Shelf. Proxyo.
Yeah, Top Shelf getting that win was all off the back of the entire team. The entire team did very well. Egg Rolls did get bullied a little bit in the top side, but besides that, we saw everybody else. But no, even Egg Rolls, they were doing what they needed to do, getting that movement speed, running in with that Udi or that Olaf. But yeah, Cadius definitely start shined like a star. Was playing that man bear pig on that Udyr, getting every objectives. So awesome to see KDS play that. But yeah, we're seeing Doombots of Doom. We're already getting through these pick and bans, the bans really quick. But Doombots of Doom, they're able to pick up this Volibear. They did want to ban away that Seraphine. They're even taking away the Renata. They were playing the Renata. It didn't look like it worked out too well for themselves. They don't want to play against that Seraphine again too. So gonna go ahead, lock in this first pick for the Volibear and make sure everything's looking nice and good for themselves. Try to get another win for themselves. Try to get a win on the board at all.
Yeah, Top Shelf played a lot through the bot lane in the early stages of last game, but it looks like they may shift their style this time around. They're picking that Ezreal. That's definitely more of a defensive style bot laner. I wouldn't be surprised to see if they shifted their focus based off of that to try to punish on the top side.
Yeah, we are seeing with Ezreal being in the bot lane, again, kind of another like champion you want to pair with probably a little bit more poke. We'll have to see what support they're looking at. They did have the Karma, Karma, another strong bot laner to go with Ezreal. They could just utilize that Karma again. Could be even good for the Wukong. Helps him get into that position to where he can get all those juicy knockups. But love to see Twitch Lulu. It is a classic combo. He was hiding, and then you just put a little bit of sparkles on him, a little bit of magic, and he pops out, and it's like, oh my god, what is that filthy, sparkly creature? And yeah, Twitch can definitely pop off in certain fights if he can open up a perfect combo. And looks like we're seeing the Ezreal Karma back in the bot lane, which is very difficult for Twitch and Lulu to deal with. They're not. Twitch has a very low range, and he's not always able to poke out, and he's very susceptible to getting poked out of lane if he doesn't take the right runes or gets hit by too many skill shots.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the Karma pickup here to give some extra potency in the bot lane, add to the level of poke. I would like to see an additional poke champ maybe coming in the mid lane mage realm for top shelf. It would be good to see like a Corki or a Zoe. I think that would really give their team comp a really strong identity. And the Wukong coming in, probably going to be heading to the top lane for egg rolls. Could be flex to jungle though. But I would like to see maybe one more element to the front line and then just work on having that extra poke. They were so dominant around objectives in game number 1, and having that poke makes it so hard to deal with that objective taking.
Yeah, and on the other side for the Doombots of Doom, they really want to try to get to that team fight stage. They want to let Twitch open up with all that empowerment, enchantment that Lulu will provide, and Volibear to get in there and be the engage for the team. Have Lulu buff that guy up, make him 10 stories tall, 20 stories tall. We saw Volibear when he was getting teased. He was the size of Aram. He was bigger than the bridge. So Lulu's gonna try to make him grow that big. And again, we have to mention that Doombots of Doom really fell behind in their bot lane. We saw both members of the bot lane ending that game with 0-6 scoreline. So really hoping that Twitch Lulu could be the change that they needed to, overcome this Ezreal Karma in the bot lane. And looks like we're getting some mid lane picks out here. We see the Ari in the mid lane for Modest Dryad. A little bit of the reverse. We saw Modest Dryad playing Lissandra last game, and now we're seeing them play Ari.
Yeah, could be a Fizz pickup as the counter. Lil Milk Pig definitely likes to play these assassins in the mid lane, and it will be the Fizz, so this is something that we've rarely seen in competitive play, but I'm really excited to see how it's going to interact, especially given the more team fight oriented nature of competitive as compared to solo queue.
Yeah, Fizz is not a pick you see very often, and we're gonna round it out with Papu. We got a lot of little short dudes on the side of Doombots of Doom, and one really big guy. But Lula's on the team; she can make anybody big. But yeah, Poppy, great for disabling dashes. Ari has a dash, Wukong has a dash, and Darius does not have a dash. He doesn't need one. He just pulls you right into him. So I do like the Darius here into the Poppy. He has the true damage for her as well. Poppy is known for being able to outlast for a couple of her fights. Her passive, her buckler, and her W passive give her. The buckler gives her shield, but the W passive gives her armor and magic resist when she's low. But yeah, Darius true damage. So that armor and magic resist doesn't really matter if he can get his guillotine off or his bleed off. And yeah, Darius potentially a really good pick into this Poppy. And we saw Egg Rolls last game on the Olaf, but now they had 2 axes last time, but now they got one to focus on, and looks like they're gonna try to focus on taking down this Poppy. And yeah, I'm gonna see if we are gonna get ready to get into the champ select scene if everything's good. And yeah, we should go ahead and get into the champ select scene. Are you ready, Tiger?
Yeah.
All right, let's just switch it right over when these guys are ready. And yeah, what are your thoughts on the draft?
I generally think that Doombots of Doom have a very short range comp into a decent chunk of poke from top shelf, which means that they could be susceptible to just getting sieged out really hard, especially if top shelf ever takes Baron. That's going to be an absolute problem for Doombots of Doom to answer. But on the other side, they've got a ton of burst, especially with that Twitch Lulu in conjunction with the Fizz. If they can get a good flank, their team fight is going to last like 2 seconds, and they're going to destroy everyone.
Yeah, they just need to find that right angle. They gotta utilize a little bit of that vision hideout. We saw a really good flank in game number 1 from top shelf. We saw the Lissandra and Seraphine and everybody just hiding in those bushes, and then they just walked in and they just layered all their combos over them. I'm hoping that we actually see Doombots of Doom, react and utilize the same kind of where we were hiding in a bush, and you guys walked into the wrong spot. You walked into the wrong neighborhood, kid. And Doombots of Doom pop the Fizz, pop the Twitch, and really let loose in this game. But yeah, should be an exciting game to look forward to. We're gonna have to see how the Ari versus Fizz matchup is going to be. Yeah, what are your thoughts on just Ari versus Fizz, Tiger?
I think that through the early stages, I'd expect that to be good for Ari because generally, if you're talking range versus melee, that's going to favor the range champion. And I think that once we get to the mid game, it's going to be hard for either side to lock down kills because they're both so elusive. They're difficult to deal with, but both of them are champs that like to roam a lot, so we'll see if they can get out into those side lanes. Last time around, we saw a little Milk Pig on that Ari. Got to just farming up in a side lane and trying to play safe, but I mean, it's always hard to play from behind. So we'll see if Modest Dryad is going to be able to make Ari look a little bit better this time around.
Yeah, Ari is definitely a strong champion. in the right hands, we didn't see Lil Milk Pig pop off with it in the last game, but if you can utilize her strength, she can definitely be something that's difficult to deal with. And yeah, very much so excited for this game. We'll have to see whether or not Top Shelf could round us up with a 2-0. This is a best of 3, so it could be a quick 2-0, or if Doombots of Doom could definitely bring it back. They have a really strong team composition. Oh, they're actually sitting in the Poppy jungle. We should also mention instead of into the top side. So it's going to be Volibear versus Darius, which is
kind of got flexes for both sides between that mid or between jungle and top, I should say. I mean, the Wukong could have been answered by Poppy in the top lane, but Poppy doesn't have a good matchup into Darius, so they can just switch it over to the Volibear. Volibear's strong early, but I think that wait a minute. The person who's playing the Volibear is Su20, who was the jungler last game for Doom Bots of Doom. So
yeah.
we might have just had the swapping of positions in that client draft, but it could be the fact that they're swapping roles. I don't
Gotcha.
have the familiarity to say if they are capable of doing that.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to definitely wait till we get in game to really know what the positions are, because we only have the champions locked in, but they should be aligned in their particular roles. But maybe there was a mistake. We've been having a little bit of issues here, but with technical difficulties. But we're trying to give you as good of a show as that we can provide, and yeah, we're just trying to hash it out, get with you, and yeah, I think to make the best of things, I think taking a small break is in order. Does that sound okay with you, Tiger?
Yeah, that will be good.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just put it to be right back, and yeah, we'll be right back after the spectator delay. So yeah, see you guys right soon. into this game. Did have a one little tiny hiccup, just making sure we're getting the end game all correct. We're all unmuted. Everything's happening. Everything's great, groovy. And now we're looking at some League of Legends action right now. Now, there we go. There's some League of Legends action to you guys. Just making sure we get that all nice and pretty for you guys. And yeah, looks like we're in game 2 here. We do have Isaacs and Volibear actually in the opposite position. So, just got to mental swap them. It is Volibear jungle and it is a Poppy top. And yeah, we're just going to... We do see some early invades. We see some good vision put down in the red side for the side of top shelf. So, they're going to have some information on where this Volibear is starting. And yeah, that's good to get it started off like that for sure.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get some early prio here in the bot lane as they did last game. This time around, it's not quite as aggressive of gankers. I mean, Wukong definitely can get in there. Pretty big poke already going down. Heal gonna be forced out of Faker kill count, so good work already coming down in the bot lane for top shelf.
Yeah, it's so rough for them. They have to, already be exposed, vulnerable, using a whole summoner. I guess it's better to use it early than to never use it really at all. We're seeing aggression all over the map. Eggroll's getting in here.
Yeah, trying to go forward with the Ghost. Drops Isaac down under 200 HP. The bleed taking him down even lower. Gonna be forced to flash away. So Ghost for flash, a good trade. Now Modest Dryad gonna be engaged upon. Flash stun going down from Sue. Gonna be setting up the first blood with the ignite. Lil Milk Pig picks it up.
Yeah, that's definitely good. We're seeing aggression from both sides of both teams here, and Sue not afraid to go for that flash, take down Maj Dryad, and that's a good start for the side of Doombots. The side lanes haven't been looking too well, but at least we're getting Little Milk Pig on this Fizz off the ground, and that's gonna be really good. We're gonna have to see Little Milk Pig and keep the pressure up, keep the tempo up, and try to get more ganks done.
Yeah, the Fizz really the wild card out of this draft, so picking up that first kill is definitely going to set him up for success, and we'll get to see hopefully the best side of Fizz this game, see what he has to offer to the game, but Little Milk Pig definitely a fan of the champ, so we'll see if that's going to be the win condition here for Doombots of Doom.
Yeah, hopefully, Little Milk Pig can pop off and do what they need to do. But, going ahead, getting that reset, getting their Dark Seal, getting an Amplifying Tone, a little bit more AP for themselves. They don't have their Summoners, and, they may need to utilize their Ignite. It is Ignite versus a TP lane, so Dryad should be able to pick up a little bit more farm. Could get themselves back in with just, farming up. All the kill gives sometimes is just 300 gold, and, may need to give a fair amount of gold. It takes 3 waves to equal out the same amount of kill is, so Modest Riot being able to potentially utilize that TP when Fizz gets poked out of lane could give that CS advantage. We see a small one, but we're going to see if that grows larger for the mid lane. But again, bot lane, Faker kill count and Og are getting poked. We're going to have to see if Sue can relieve some of this pressure, but Cadis looks like they have the bot lane domination right now.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting decision here in the rune selection. It's going to be that Conqueror Ezreal instead of the first strike. So I wonder what your thoughts are there, Proxyo.
Well, my thoughts are that Eggrols is walking away from this Volibear right now, but yeah, Conqueror, Ezreal, Adu Poof is known for playing a lot of Ezreal, and they feel like they could be really aggressive on this pick. They want to be able to do some damage, have long fights. They're going to be hitting this Poppy, hitting this Volibear in fights potentially, so, they feel like they're going to be hitting a lot of Mystic shots on a certain target, so they want to scale up and try to get as much damage rather than the first strike to get that money. They're not worried about the money, they're worried about getting some more damage.
All right,
like they're doing.
Now going to be flashes forced out, Ignite taking down on Faker kill count. Not going to be enough, and Cadius on the wrong side of that wall. Not going to be able to set up the kill, but that's going to be a lot of pressure exerted here in the bot lane. Sue going to answer back. And now Lil Milk Pig looking for the roam. This could be a big fight being set up here. Cadius going to be the target and going to have to use the clone to get out. Down to 100 HP, forced to flash and exhaust. Forced out as well, so a couple summoner spells on the re-engage. Good work there by Doombots of Doom.
Yeah, and still for the side of Top Shelf, and sorry about the top lane. It is actually Top Shelf that has one win, and Doombots of Doom have one loss right now. Sorry about the top of the screen. It is what it is. But yeah, I think that Top Shelf won really big on that play because Figure Kill Count lost a lot of CS when they were crashing that into that turret. So they didn't get really anything back besides this dragon. So Doombots of Doom did get something for themselves, but they lost a lot more than they gained, and it's looking really tough for Twitch right now. And even the Poppy's getting dunked on, guillotine. Egg Rolls drops it, gotta look clean, got the one axe out here and knocking down this Poppy.
Yeah, so now it's 1,000 gold advantage for Top Shelf. They're able to gain some early advantages last time around as well. At least on the side of Doombots of Doom, they were able to pick up the first Drake of the game, so getting that objective priority is something that they changed up from last game. You kind of called that out when I asked you what they should try to switch. Now it's going to be the Shark coming in the bot lane, and Lil Milk Pig picking up another kill. Now going to be at the turret aggro. One more turret shot would have done it, but Lil Milk Pig able to get out.
Yeah, they had to tank quite a few turret shots there, but they're able to be that X factor that they need for the side of Doombots. As Fizz is getting all types of dangerous and taking out one of the big members on the side of Top Shelf. Doombots getting their advantage for themselves, and we're gonna see if Little Milk Pig can keep pushing this further ahead. We're actually seeing them go for a lost chapter. We're gonna have to wait and see what this is gonna be able to build into. So, yeah. Curious
Yeah.
to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, my thoughts is that it could be an Everfrost. I mean, Fizz definitely likes to get in that close range, try to set up some stuff. And as far as engage goes, they've got a little bit with Poppy, a little bit with Volibear, but that extra help with an Everfrost would feel really nice. Of course, could be Eludence as well, and that
Yeah.
would make a lot of sense. Egg Roll is now going to be 1v3 here for the time being. Gonna have to flash away Good Keeper's Verdict to knock them up, but not going to be enough for the kill. And it's just gonna be a trade probably of Rift Herald for some turrets in the bot lane. So it's gonna
Yeah,
have to
but
be a good use of a Rift Herald to get back that gold.
definitely. I would have to say that I'm already impressed with how Doombots have adapted. Controlling the dragon. They got the first dragon of the game, and now they're getting the next objective with the top lane Herald. It is coming at a little bit of a cost though, because the bot lane plates are only at two plates remaining for the side of um, Doombots, and Ezreal. That's a lot of money on his shoulders right now. So collecting even more. We're gonna have to see where, I have to see where Sue is looking for dropping this Herald to get some gold advantage for themselves. Looks like they want to try to get Little Milk Pit even further ahead because that's the area they need to aim at. But yeah, Faker kill count is getting further and further behind. In compared to a Doof Poof with collecting all this plate money that they've gotten for themselves.
I just checked the individual gold, and all four non-support members of Top Shelf are at 2,900, and I just like how synchronized they all are. On the other side, though, Doombots of Doom, the most gold in the game, definitely on Lil Milk Pig, 2-0 on this Fizz. Now we got to play in the bot side. Cyclone gonna land for the double knock-up. Faker kill count gonna go down. That's going to be it. So 1-for-0. Great gank in the bot lane from Kedius.
Yeah, they just pull the trigger, and that makes the gold lead for a Doof Poof versus Fake Your Kill Count to go even higher and higher and higher. So it's about a 1k gold lead for a Doof Poof right now. They're going to back here and get a really powerful item. Looks like they're going to finish their Triforce potentially for first here. Try to get that Earthbound Axe and, get this Triforce online. Get ready to shoot these tanks with some Triforce procs, get it stacked up, and do some damage. But one play remaining for the bot side. So that means that they're going to rotate to this mid lane soon, and Little Milk Pig's going to have to be able to try to deal with this Ezreal that's all kind of scaled up. We've seen them, get that flank kill. We've seen them get another kill in the mid lane off of a gank of Sue, but We're gonna have to see if with all that advantage that they've gotten on the low milk pig, how is that matchup going to be between this Ezreal and this Fizz? That should be coming up relatively soon if they get this bot lane turret.
Yeah. We see the Rift Herald dropped here in the mid lane. That should be about 3 plates. Cadius going to be here to answer, so not going to be a full tower. Not even going to be able to get that 3rd plate, so a couple plates, definitely not going to be the worst outcome there, but maybe not going to be enough to justify giving up that much pressure as they did in the bot lane in order to get that Rift Herald. But one thing that's really impressed me here is that Top Shelf has over 2,000 gold lead, and they have the same number of kills and haven't taken any objectives. Now Caddy is going to set up the Cyclone, going to be able to land it on 3. Lands it on 3 twice in a row, and the True Shot Barrage goes through for a bit of damage. Not
Little
going to be
milk
anyone falling just yet. Modest Dryad very low. The health bar is low on both sides. Caddy's going in with the Nimbus Strike, going to be able to find one. It's going all the way of Top Shelf. They're going to be able to pick up 4 kills in the 4v4, and that means it's going to be the second Drake of the game given over 1-1 on the Drake count.
Pretty well executed from Top Shelf, not getting a single member to be taken down there. They were balancing, juggling the aggro. Little Milk Pig, they were trying to come out and deal that damage, dish it out, but it wasn't enough. They could only try to get some damage really onto Modest Dryad, but wasn't enough. So we're going to see the Dragon take. We're going to see those kills get. We're going to see some mid lane plates, some bot lane plates. It's money all over. It's raining gold, baby. And that's all the gold going to the side of Top Shelf, and this is going to be huge backs and make it way, way, way more difficult for Bots of Doom to be able to, get something done in this game because they're further and further behind. And it looks like it came out to be a Looted Tempest for the side of Fizz.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I originally was thinking Everfrost, you want to be able to set things up, but no, he has to be getting the kills right now. The damage is too low for the rest of the squad, so makes a lot of sense to be going for that Luden's Tempest, but now we're seeing about 5.5k gold lead. It's exploded at 13 minutes. To have 5.5k gold lead is almost unheard of, so Top Shelf definitely making the most out of just getting natural CSing advantage, laning a little bit better, and then having that one really big team fight and turning it into 2 towers.
Yeah, now we're gonna have to wonder where Top Shelf is looking next. They've sent a Doofpoop back into the bot side, and you see all those pink wards right next to them on the mini map. So Doofpoop is feeling pretty safe. There is one little tiny spot that Little Milk Pig could sneak into, but doesn't look like they're gonna sneak too far deep into that. But it looks like they're going for a top side invade to try to maybe look for somebody, but they're not finding anybody in the top side. So they're bringing down Modest Dryad to sit with a Doopoof, just be their backup. But Egg Rolls is sending it.
Gonna be forced to flash. Egg Rolls gonna look for that apprehend. The tackle into the wall, going to get a good stun off. Isaac now has to back off, though. Under the tower, the Noxie and Guillotine trying to set up that bleed to finish off the kill. I think it's going to be a bit short, though. The Corrupted Potion is going to save Isaac's life.
The hemorrhage stacks are not enough. They cannot take out the Poppy. She has a Corrupting Potion. She's popping her pots. Modest Riot's here in the mid lane trying to defend it.
Yeah, getting flanked real quick, but here comes the True Shot Barrage, and it's a 3-man Cyclone once again. Cadius has been uncanny with all of these knockups. Game 1 and Game 2, everything's getting set up through the jungle, and the Flash Charm connects as well. Sue gonna get knocked down. That's 3 more kills going the way of Top Shelf, and they'll look to continue to push this mid lane.
They don't miss, dude. These guys are good. They don't miss these charms. They don't miss these ultimates. Everything is landing. Turrets are theirs to be claimed, and this is 15 minutes. We were seeing some good domination. We're seeing Lil Milk Pig try to go for an engage. Gets exhausted.
Comes the waters, gets some good damage down onto Gizzard. Gizzard dropping pretty quickly, gonna be shut down here by Faker kill count, but it's 1 for 1 as Lil Milk Pig gets taken out as well. And now with the Rift Herald back up, it looks like that will be the next target for Top Shelf.
Maybe overstaying a little bit here as a Doofpoof has to burn their flash. But
yeah.
Sue has to run away, got the backup from Modest Dryad. They are getting really low here. It's a little bit of an overstay, but they're trying to grab every last bit and piece that they can. And yeah, they come out relatively clean, only losing Gizzard, but I believe Gizzard may have had a shutdown. So Little Milk Pig got a little bit of money for themselves, got to pick up their boots, and that's where a lot of their money and kills really are, is on Little Milk Pig. And they do have one kill on Faker Kill, so he's able to get that Blade of the Ruined King. But compare a Blade of the Ruined King to a full mythic completion item of Triforce, it's a whole different story on the side for Top Shelf and their gold advantage. And yeah, Little Milk Pig still needs to scale up. They still have the Lulu. They still can try and scale. They need to slow the pace of this game down. But yeah, Top Shelf hasn't been really giving them that slow kind of pace.
Yeah, Top Shelf trying to get a record-breaking best-of-3 time. They're just doing this run here, really. And now a charm gonna land from Monarch's Dryad. Gonna force away the playful Trickster, but that's not going to find any sort of kills coming through just yet. Still got Rift Herald available for Cadia, so we'll see if that gets dropped mid, trying to break the base. As we've got the Drake coming up here in 19 seconds. It's Infernal Soul this time around, both sides at one Drake.
Yeah, and they're just looking in this bot side to just keep control over this bot side for as long as they can. Anybody that walks in is getting picked, so nobody's walking in. We're seeing some recalls for the side of Doom bots. They're not really looking to try to contest. They're just trying to hit these minions and, pray that they can scale up off of just hitting some minions. But you can't only hit minions to get back into the game. You have to take risks. You can't just sit behind your turret. You can't turtle forever, because that's no way to get money, because the other team's gonna come at you, and they're coming at Little Milk Pig. But
yeah, hard to lock down a Fizz, but they've got a wave here, and they could be looking to take this tier 2 bot. They got the Rift Herald as well. It's gonna be 5v3. Chum the Waters misses, so no Fizz ult available. That's a lot of damage taken out of the fangs of Doombots of Doom. Now True Shot Barrage is going to cut this next wave, so they're going to be able to get the Rift Herald right into the tower. It's a 5v4. They're going to try to crash the base, and now they're going to get that charge off. And here comes the apprehend. Little Milk Pig almost instantly deleted. Gets a little bit of help from the heal from Faker Kill Count, but the tower's down now.
There they go.
Rushing into the backline. 3-man Cyclone every time. Now it's going to be a knockups coming through. Good Wild Growth going to try to rebuff the fight, but it's already going to be 2 for 0.
Oh, the charm
Connects once again. Modest Dryad going into the backline. This is going to be the ace. Surely you have to feel Sue going to try to stay alive for the moment. Maybe going to slow the push down. Egg Rolls gets killed on the back end of that fight, but it's a 4-for-1 in favor of Top Shelf as they break the base.
Yeah, Sue has to watch all his friends die right before him. All those dead bodies. You have Fizz, Poppy's Hammer, and Twitch, and Darius just all loitering the ground of his base right now. And Lulu's hat was there a second ago, but now she's upstanding. She's walking upright, and they're not too crushed, but that inhibitor surely just got crushed. They just lost 4 of their members, and it looks like when they want to go for Top Shelf just goes. They send it as far as they can, take the inhibitor, take some kills, and now they're gonna look towards taking the Baron in about 45 seconds time. And I'm not sure how Doombots of Doom are gonna be able to even try to contest or get in there to match up to it, because again, they have they just keep getting ran at, and they can't run at anybody with how they want to. And unfortunate for Little Milk Pig missing the Chum the Waters. And yeah, really just looking at a very dominant win for the side of Top Shelf right now. It's looking so much in their favor. We have to be honest about that,
Yeah, I don't know if we can say for sure going to be a win just yet, but they're definitely on the right track for that. Cyclone not going to connect there, so that's one ability going on cooldown as part of the major engage for Top Shelf leading up to this Baron. They might not be able to take it right on spawn if they don't have the abilities for the fight, but they're still looking for it.
No Cyclone.
Some damage. Sue going to be taking most of it. Now the Polymorph comes down on the front line, but the damage
Egg
is
rolls.
Egg Rolls in the middle of everyone. Gonna find a Noxian Guillotine.
There he goes.
All the way. It's a 3-for-0 already. Double kill coming through for Egg Rolls. Now going to be looking to take out these towers. Modest Dryad has the reset on the Spirit Rush. Could look to go over the wall. Knows exactly where Sue is. Finds the charm. great use of the sweeper there, and that means that it's a 5v1 going towards the Nexus, and the wave is here from the bot lane. Nexus tower's going down quickly. That's one. Little Milk Pig trying to find a way in, but how do you go in 1v5? There's the last Nexus turret gonna fall, and the Nexus shortly thereafter as Top Shelf take the 2-0 victory.
Yeah, that was a really quick 2-0 the second game, 21 minutes pretty cleanly. And yeah, Top Shelf is super duper impressive with the way they play that game. They just got everything working out as well as it could for them, and yeah, they go ahead and pick up a clean 2-0. We're gonna have to make that right on the scoreboard because it looks a little silly. So let's put we'll put a little one right there, a little two right there, and yeah, it should be you know, top shelf. It was a 2-0. Sorry, there was an issue there, but uh, yeah, quick 2-0 for the side of top shelf, getting their win, and yeah, wrapping this up really cleanly.
Yeah, I really appreciate how they were able to take their leads, convert them into bigger leads, and then convert the bigger leads into winning the game. That was really well done there by Top Shelf. I think on the side of Doombots of Doom, they didn't have a whole lot of bright spots throughout this series, but I do think that Lil Milk Pig played pretty well, so I want to give him a shout out
Shout
there.
out.
But I think that going forward, they'll have some things to work on for sure. And I know that their record is pretty decent, so hopefully they'll be able to bounce back from this and get themselves on the winning track.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, again, I would have to ask Tiger, who do you think was MVP for game 1 and game 2? And the
I
MVP for
think
the whole
that
series.
for both games, it's got to be Cadius. I mean,
Mm,
the jungle plays were just too good, especially in game one. We saw that Udyr popping off, but both games absolutely carried and well done for the whole side. Of course, it's a team game, and pretty much everyone was deserving of some consideration for MVP from Top Shelf. But when it comes down to it, I would give that honor to Cadius. I hope I'm
yeah,
saying that.
yeah. Yeah, it's either Cadius or Cadius, I think it is. Uh but yeah, they played excellently and I totally agree with you guys. But yeah, I think it's Cadius. All right, Cadius is how we're getting in the chat. But looks like we got some fans here for the side of Top Shelf, and glad to see them win. Glad to see that those are his friends, their friends, and they're going ahead and getting more wins. And we're gonna have to see if they can go even further beyond. I do believe that was a final game. I'm not quite sure if we have the information, but we'll try to get back with you guys on that. And
Yeah,
yeah,
we were told that it was the best of three, so that should be the last game.
that should be
And
the last game. Yeah, so
this
that
is the semifinals. All
that was
right.
the semifinals. So yeah, we'll be seeing Top Shelf in the finals, I believe then, right? So
That sounds good. Hopefully, we'll be able to see that matchup. And I don't know who they're up against. I really have had a hard time figuring out what the format of this league actually is, but always fun to get on the cast. And any final thoughts before we go for the night, Proxyo?
I am all good and ready to wrap up the night. It is nice to get out a little bit early, but yeah, sounds like everything's really good. And again, I'm really happy to see Top Shelf get a win, and I'm looking forward to seeing their next games that they play.
All right. Well, that will wrap it up for this stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I have been Tiger, joined by Proxyo. Again, this was the semifinals, and it was a 2-0 victory in favor of Top Shelf, so they will advance, and we'll hopefully get to see you again soon. And for everyone out there, have a good night.
Good night, guys.